In the meantime, a sharp division has ensued at the National Assembly as legislators debated the constitutional amendment proposals brought before the House through a memo by the President. While MPs allied to the Azimio la Umoja coalition strongly opposed the motion, terming the amendment a non-priority to Kenyans amid the tough economic times. Legislators aligned to the ruling party argued that the issues raised are equally pertinent and timely. Kwanza maintained that the office of the opposition leader is not for a particular individual, but for posterity.
The National Assembly.
A day after the bicameral parliament resumed its sittings with a full in-tray of business for consideration, the four proposals by the President in an executive memo were given priority. The constitutional amendment to create an official opposition office, dividing the House into two.
There are those who want us to imagine that we need to go into a referendum, and therefore the push to go back to BBI that was seeking to create positions for individuals. Honorable Speaker, I have said we must disabuse that notion even as we generally debate these proposals.
I therefore urge this House, as we debate, to look at the reality of our country, to look at national interest, to look at legislating not only for posterity but also for uniting this country.
Of the four issues that have been raised in the President's memorandum, 3 issues would expressly require referendum. Only one relating to the funds, especially CDF funds and the oversight fund, would not require referendum under Article 255(3).
Justice and Legal Affairs Chair, who is set to lead the committee in conducting public participation on the proposals, says the decision will lie with the people.
If we go to Capitol Hill, where it used to be the last time, possibly to be said we are going for Mwosho Moja. So, where do we find him? Where do we take his views from? Do we meet him in one of the committee rooms in the parliament? That is dishonorable. From now henceforth, we should consider according that office the respect it deserves.
Members also differed on the proposal to amend standing orders to allow cabinet secretaries answer questions in the chamber, saying it will be allowing strangers in the House.
Instead of writing memorandums to us, these are issues we can deal with. We can sit down as a country and agree that we want to go the route of constitutional amendment to introduce the official leader of opposition, to introduce cabinet secretary to come to parliament and become members of parliament instead of passing through the back door and escape routes to look for a way of bringing strangers in the House.
The President wants to bring an issue of constitutionality whereby you don't fight the person who was second after the President is just trying to fit. It's just trying to beg for positions. That person should have an official office, should have all constitutional support.
Members were, however, unanimous on proposals to implement the 2/3 gender rule and entrench various national government funds, such as the NGCDF, into the Constitution, saying they were long overdue. Meanwhile, Senate is set to start considering the budget policy statement for the financial year 2023-2024, medium-term debt management strategy, the Division of Revenue Bill and the County Allocation of Revenue Bill.
I urge you all to prioritize the scrutiny of the budget policy statement, taking into consideration our most important function of safeguarding devolution.
Meanwhile, proceedings at the Senate almost came to a halt Wednesday after senators allied to Azimio walked out, claiming the Speaker failed to communicate minorities' whip leadership changes forwarded to him. Kenyans for Prime Edition.